All right, guys, welcome everybody to the 2023 Greater Hartford Disc Golf Open. Jim here from Disc Golf Brah. I'm joined by Pat DiCaprio. Pat, what's going on?
Not much, Jim. Thanks for having me on as always.
We got a beautiful day. Special shout out to Connecticut Disc Golf for sponsoring this coverage. Pat, after 2 rounds, this is the 3rd day. What do we got going on?
We've got tied at the top of the list Levi Hancock and Dylan Capaccioli, followed by a few strokes by the amateur world champion Paul Krans, and rounding out the card is Gillis MacDougall.
We're going to start here on hole 1. No better hole to start. Pat, tell us about hole 1. Why is it fun? Why is it challenging? Tell us.
622-foot par 4. You are driving over all that long stuff, which is a patch of OB, forcing you to land long and in bounds. It's a fair shot from these guys up top. Should be an easy birdie, chance for an eagle, but a guaranteed par.
Our 240 tee time. This is our MPO lead card. First to tee, Levi Hancock.
First up, we got Levi Hancock coming in with 22 career wins at a Layton, Utah. This guy had a great first 2 days. What did you think after watching him play, Pat?
Pleasure to be out on the course and watch him. Young talent. I hope to see him more. Hope to pick up a sponsorship for him.
Sure. Throwing a Halo Destroyer here. So much whip on that one.
And that's the standard play right there. Just get it out, clear that OB, easy up and down for a birdie.
Yeah, he's happy with that one.
Up next, sponsored by Beast Disc Golf, Dylan Capaccioli.
Dylan, we've seen him a bunch on coverage. This dude can throw backhand, forehand, a mile both ways. Really excited, happy to have him on coverage.
It's a pleasure to watch this young man throw as well.
10-10 rated. He's going with a lot of Halo plastic. You're going to see this Halo Destroyer on almost every tee. He bombs.
Little wider than he probably would like there. Might flirt with the OB River Road we've got going on, but again, clean, middle of the fairway.
Next to tee, sponsored by Discmania and Disc Golf 978, Paul Krans. Hello, Paul.
Paul Krans, as you said, amateur champion. We've seen him a bunch on coverage. He's going with a PD2 here. Likes that power driver kind of play on this hole. Little flip up. I like the idea on this play.
I feel like every time I see Paul Krans, his rating is like 2 points higher.
True. And this is ripped. Has a little more turn than the other two, but this is looking real good.
I mean, you could write a textbook on how these guys are throwing this hole right now.
And rounding out our card today, sponsored by Clash Discs and Beast Disc Golf, Gillis MacDougall.
We're going to see a lot of clash out of Gillis. Obviously, he's going with a PD2 off this hole, but really fun to watch this kid play. I've heard a lot about him over the past couple of years, and he's had a really good glow up, as the kids say.
He's been playing this event for years now, year after year, always coming back, and he's climbing the standings year after year. So it's cool to see a local.
Definitely. A little more Annie start on this one. This is looking a little lower. It's got to push over that OB, and yeah, that's fine. It's a great shot.
Yeah. It's a challenging starting hole because you've got that OB in your mind the whole time. It kind of gives you that little bit of a pucker factor starting your round.
Eagle definitely in play on this hole. We're going to see a bunch of kind of layups here, but we did see some Eagles throughout the weekend, right?
Actually, for the first time in a long time, we did not have a single 2 recorded from the pro field in this hole.
That was a test. I set you up with a little softball there.
Yeah. I got my stats, bud. I got my stats.
Couple layups out of these guys, just looking for that easy birdie. I got to imagine it's kind of a must-get, good way to start the round for these guys.
Absolutely. Start your round on a positive note, move on to the next one.
Paul will be avenging some demons on hole 1. If you watch last year's coverage, kind of missed a short putt. Right in the heart on that one. Birdies all around to you start the round. We're moving on. Hole 2. What are we looking at here, Pat?
The par 3, 315 feet. You could go right up the gut the way the drone's flying, or throw any shot over the tall grass there to clear the OB. Should be a pretty routine shot for most of these guys. You might see some forehands over that OB as well.
Seems like this tree is kind of obviously it's growing out a little bit to the left. Kind of takes a little bit of the forehand play, makes it a little more dangerous maybe.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be behind that tree because you didn't clear the OB. Speaking from personal experience.
And that flirted with OB, but right past the line, that'll work out. That'll putt for Levi.
Yep.
Seeing a Captain Raptor out of Dylan here. I like this play.
He makes his forehand look so effortless.
Yeah, so smooth. 315 is not long by any means, but low ceiling. It's a difficult shot for some of these guys. Not these guys, but us amateurs.
It's interesting because you could take that backhand hyzer route up the gut and still get to where Paul's drive just landed.
Yeah, Paul kind of throwing a hybrid there. Worked out great. We're going to see the pure hyzer line here out of Gillis after a little chalk cloud.
A little low, should get a skip.
Yeah, we're tucked behind a couple trees, but he'll have a decent look here for a birdie.
Nice spot.
Oh, yeah. Let's take another look at this beauty. Low ceiling. What leaves? Great putt.
I mean, do a little course maintenance as your putt is always a good thing, right?
Here's where Levi ended up just outside circle. Little low for his birdie there. You're going to see some smooth putts out of Paul all day.
He looks very relaxed going out there.
Agreed. I think all of these guys, we had a lot of really fun card morale today, but these guys, yeah, they're making it look pretty easy. Dylan taking the lead with a birdie there. Moving on to hole 3, 521 par 4. It's a tight shot off the tee, kind of a landing zone at the top of this hill and bends over. Tough birdie.
Yes, that basket you're about to fly over is not there for the tournament. We combined course holes 3 and 4 to make one long par 4. So definitely a 2-shot hole. You're playing for position off the tee pad and hoping to have a look for that birdie when you get there.
We're going to see a Halo Destroyer forehand out of Dylan. This is a tough forehand to get it kind of precise and pays the price at the end there.
A lot of stuff to deal with on the left side.
Paul's going to find this local route and miss everything there. That works out.
Maybe he's not so relaxed. You know, it was all a lie.
And this is a Peach out of Gillis, and this is just textbook. Tight tunnel, throw something slower, just buttery.
That's exactly what we want to do on the third hardest hole of the course.
Levi going with an Explorer here, something a little faster, works out. Top of the hill's where you want to be.
Yeah, looks to be right behind holes 4 tee pad. Should give him a clean look to the basket.
And this looked great out of Dylan's hand. Just needed to miss that one pine that was tracking. Gillis going to show us a smooth turnover. Similar shot kind of finds that tree.
Oh, all putts from there, but there is a nice big log down across the green to deal with, so not an easy putt.
It's our first look at Paul's forehand. That was a beauty. Again, finding another inside route there. That'll work out. Levi with a smooth, buttery shot here. Love to watch his form. Got an unfortunate roll away here, but that was nice and smooth, smart shot.
It's a good, nice, clean look for Dylan where he ended up.
Dylan will run everything and anything. We can prepare for that for the day.
I like to see it.
Gillis trying to go back-to-back highlights there. This looks so good out of his hand. And he was deep in there. This is not an easy putt. Good run there.
No. I've been in there many times, and the putts don't look that good.
A little bit of elevation here for Levi. Not the easiest putt. It just needed one more inch.
Paul making that 3 look easy.
Good catch there. Good putt. We'll take that. Par there for Dylan. Yeah, really fun hole here. You'd love to get a birdie, but happy with a par, I got to imagine. Moving on to hole 4, 306, par 3. Got to throw something a little slower as this goes downhill, slopes to the right. Going to see a bunch of different shots here.
Yep, soft putter turnover should get you down there. You do have an OB line long if you go into that field, but for these guys in their distance control, I'm not too worried about it.
We did have an ace on this hole, right? A non-ace pot ace. Is that true?
Yes, sir. Shout out to Andrew Bosco, round 1, for bringing up that ace.
Not a bad kick there for Paul with his soft tactic. We're going to see a zone out of Dylan here. A little more inside, a little more stable, and that's open down there. Kind of pin high.
Yep. Pin high putt right there.
This is kind of Gillis's bread and butter, or should I say popcorn shot here. Love watching him throw putters like this. This goes long, but a really good route there.
Getting a little close to that OB line we were talking about, but shouldn't be a problem for him.
Levi, this looks like a little Heisenberg zone he's throwing. Catches that first tree, but beauty disc. I think he switches to an Earhart zone. I think that's what that one is. Right to that log pile.
Little trouble for him there, but I know he'll bounce back.
Scary kind of layup there from Paul. That gets a couple more skips, and that's OB.
Yep. We've got that nice big backstop for you right in front of the basket. Just got to slide up to it.
Levi says, what OB? Great putt.
And that's a great save. That's got to be, what, 50 feet for that putt?
Yep. Yeah, great scramble. Gillis with a couple trees in his way here.
You guys want to go? You're the higher card.
Didn't like it off his hands. Good birdie there from Dylan, getting a little more score separation.
Yeah, you want to score on the front 9 here. That's where the big swings can happen.
A little misfire there from Paul. In the sharing of minis.
That's brotherly love right there.
Hey everybody, my name is Jason. I own Connecticut Disc Golf here in Wallingford, Connecticut. I just wanted to let you know a little bit about the store. We're constantly getting in new discs, a couple thousand in here all the time, bags, you name it, anything disc golf. We know everyone's got all kinds of choices to buy their plastic in all kinds of places. And for everybody who walks through that door, we have a big, big thank you. Come and check us out.
Huge shout out to Connecticut Disc Golf for sponsoring this coverage. Go check them out, Wallingford, Connecticut. Moving on to 1,000-foot par 5, hole 5. Pat, what do you got cooking up here?
Yes, sir. Another hole where we combine a couple holes in the course. You're basically looking to just pump a drive out into the field, make a hard right turn, and then you just got to get over this hill down to the basket position. An eagle is possible. These guys are all definitely looking for birdies here, though. They've got the arms.
1,000 feet. It's daunting on the scorecard. We're going to see a forehand off the tee from Dylan here. I like this play just to get kind of out into his position. Right up by catch cam Brad there. Maybe want a little more push from him.
Yeah, maybe like another 20 feet to get clear of the tree on the right. So you don't have to think about it.
Gillis with a DD3 here. Just a little too low. That early tree is going to come into play on his next shot. Levi throwing this Emperor with so much zip here.
And that's a pump. That's perfect position to take a run at the basket.
Chewing off some of that 1,000-foot hole. It's effortless. Speaking of effortless, Paul also effortless DD3, or Cloudbreaker, excuse me. This is also a rip. Gonna be a tough shot for Gillis here, looking to lay down a roller. Unfortunately, finds that one tree. Just had to get that.
You can still get up and down for a birdie from there, believe it or not.
Quick shot from Dylan here, forehand Halo Destroyer. Just looking to get cut off some feet on this hole. That'll play for his next shot. This looks like that PD2 from Paul. Good turn on it, good push. Yeah, great position.
Yeah, top of the hill. Easy up and down from there.
Levi looking to run on this one.
Yep, there's where being that far out of the field is an advantage.
And hits the pole. Looking to ring up a little albatross for him.
Whoa. Did not hear about that.
Got to give you some surprises there, Pat. That was a beauty. And this is a popcorn out of Gillis here. Just gets a little turned over, but sneaks all the way through. That'll give him at least a little look.
He should be all right there. A little shorter, and he's in a lot of trouble. So
Forehand out of Dylan. Just a little too overturned, but he'll have a look. Here's where Gillis ended up. Just get a little quick up and down for him. Dylan maybe starting to feel some of that pressure after seeing that shot from Levi. This is his eagle putt. Boom.
Oh, beautiful. Only one other eagle the entire weekend on the hole. Any guesses who?
Kyle Moriarty?
Also Levi, but in round 2.
Shout out to Keith Sykes, also an eagle on 18, but we'll get to that.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, good par. We got a 2-stroke swing there. We got a tie up top, or we're going to hole 6, 305. Tell us about this hole, Pat.
Simple 305. Get it up on either side of this log pile to have your putt for a birdie. One of my favorite holes on the course.
Plays as hole A, is that correct, or B?
Hole C on the course.
I was way off. You said it's a simple hole, but Levi's going to show us something a little not so simple. Going with the roller play.
It's a play.
Zooming past the basket. My man likes to go long.
I mean, it works. I'm more of a Thunderbird down the right side guy myself, but, you know.
I like it.
These guys are a little bit better than me.
Paul slipped a little on the tee, but that's a good result. We're going to see a forehand destroyer out of Dylan's. Gets a little too high. Kind of a fortunate kick there. And this is going to be a cinnamon out of Gillis here. Look at his disc selection. You think you're making a recipe. You think you're baking something.
I just love the Clash disc names. They're great.
Agreed. Up and down here for Dylan. Looking to ring it up.
This is playing as the 7th hardest hole on the weekend, so it's a gettable 2, but it's not a gimme for sure.
It's a great hole after such a long, kind of wide open hole. It just kind of recalibrates you, I would say. Really good hole.
Yeah, and then we blast you on the next one as well. Paul did not seem to like that one out of his hand.
Yeah. Here's where Levi ended up. He's got a couple trees in his face, but has the birdie look. Good run.
Definite bonus birdie, and they all seem to have a look at it, so that's a good hole.
Yeah, we're going to be pars all around. Hole 6, great hole. Moving on to the signature hole, I would say. Hole 7, the longest hole today, 1047 par 4 downhill. Check out the scenery as you play. This hole is twisted, Pat. Tell us about it.
It's a beautiful hole. Hartford city skyline on the right. 2 great shots get you a look at the birdie. There's only 7 of them on the weekend, so it's probably closer to a par 5 if you look at the scoring average. But you could just a chance to unload.
Levi does with this destroyer, and there's just so much hang time right in the middle of the fairway.
Beautiful shot, great position. Should have a nice look to try to get that birdie.
Paul going with a DD3 here. It has a bunch of autographs on it. I meant to ask him about it, but it doesn't matter here. It just gets a little too overturned. It could be the autographs.
Could be. We do have a mandatory where the short basket position is. He has not missed it, but he's got an Anheuser shot to make that gap now.
Sure. Here comes a Halo Destroyer from Dylan. I thought this was a little too much hyzer on it. This is going to push all the way through, and this is going to work out just fine. Just kind of a little too left. He'll be pinched off on his next shot.
Yeah, that's the mistake you don't want to make. makes it tough to get to the basket into.
It's going to be a PD2 out of Gillis here. This has a little more height, a little more turn. Kind of going for more of a position shot here, I think.
Yep. Easy look at the gap, straight onto the basket. You can see down on the right there.
This next shot is the scary one for me. It's 400 feet dead straight, although Gillis puts a little turn on it. And that was looking real good.
Yep. Hardest shot in disc golf, straight.
This is where Paul ended up just kind of looking to put a forehand. Goes a little too long. Might be a tough third shot for him.
Yeah, I feel like he probably wanted to get that a little higher up so it's spiked in closer to that gap there.
Levi really wants that albatross today. This is just absolutely parked.
And that's how you draw it up.
Somebody asked him and they said, "Is that parked?" He said, "Yeah, I think so." Dylan looking to go up and over here.
He must know Simon.
He does. I lost it in the sun there. It's not gonna be a great result for him, kind of right past that clump of trees. But a cool shot nonetheless.
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do that.
Good forehand there out of Paul. Gonna be a tough par putt.
Gillis, methodical. Just 1, 2, 3, drop in par.
Dylan definitely a fast player there. Kind of a quick layup out of him, but that'll work out. Paul with his par putt. That would have been a great par. Good par there. We're going to see a little eagle tap. Birdie tap in from Levi.
That's really an eagle.
He knows it's a par 5.
Moving on to hole 8, 640 par 4. Another par 4. This is a really fun hole. Tell us about this one, Pat.
Yep. Second easiest hole in the course. You're just going to kind of get one out there, pop it up to flat, let it carry, maybe make it through those first trees. Easy approach shot and get out of there with your birdie.
We're going to see a lot of kind of big pushing hyzers out of these guys. Off the tee, this looks kind of way left, but this is actually perfect out of Levi. And again, just so much distance.
It's so far.
Yeah, I don't know if that
Have you ever made it to the trees?
I don't know. No. I don't know if that comes across on the screen, but this is these shots are pumped.
Yeah, these are 475, 500 feet, I'd say.
Gillis, this is assault out of him. Not assault, but he did assault that disc. That's a great shot. Here's that DD3 again out of Paul there. A little more hyzer on this one. This is going to work out real nice right in between these two trees.
I'm going to be brave here. We did have an eagle on this hole in round 1. Duncan, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to get it permanently recorded incorrectly. Duncan F.
Duncan
Beautiful throw in.
Farquharson. We've had him on coverage. Yeah. He's a hustler.
I can't say it. I tried. I did better this week.
Yeah, he played real well. Really good run there from Gillis. Good up and down. You see a couple solid up and downs, although Dylan kind of a little too much hyzer on this one. There is a little wind on this hole. This is kind of where we first got to see a little wind. Really fun hole. Great shot there from Levi. This hole always makes me want to get an apartment across the street, you know? I just want to walk over and play.
It would be the greatest apartment location of all time.
Agreed. Good birdie there from Dylan. Birdies, birdies, birdies. Almost had another birdie frame. We're going to hole 9. This is the finale on the front. 555, super low ceiling, really good hole. This one always trips me up.
Yep, you might see a lot of rollers here, probably some forehands to get you about where the drone is now. Nice turnover shot from there to get you up on the green and hopefully get a 3.
Yeah, you know when the drone's not flying well through the hole, it's a tricky hole. We're going to see a little roller out of Levi here. And this is looking real good. So much speed on this. Maybe a little too much speed?
Yeah, it's a little inside of where you want to end up. But he should still have a look to get up to the green on the second shot there.
Similar kind of shot out of Dylan here. You don't want to be on the right-hand side. A little too right. A little too much skip there.
These guys are all veterans. They'll do something creative to get out of there.
This is kind of that position you want out of Gillis. Nice shot there.
There's nothing wrong going perfectly straight off the tee here.
A little flip up there from Paul. And that's right in the middle of the fairway. This is where Dylan ended up just looking to get it up and down, although there's a lot of distance to chew off, and he kind of goes a little too inside there.
There's that turnover from Paul.
This hole is great. There's not like a clear opening on how to get there, although I guess Gillis is seeing it right now, but a really fun kind of pick your line hole.
Yes, and I'd say Gillis and Paul were pretty much in as good of position as you could ask for. Give you all the options.
Really good kiss off the tree there. Almost rang it up. Nice up out of Levi, playing smart. Good out there from Dylan. Hits his head coming out a little bit. He's all right.
Well, he should stop being so tall.
Such a smooth putt from Paul. I love when he drains those kind of circle's edge putts. Really good birdies. Levi enhancing his lead a little bit.
Still a tight race.
That'll do it for the front, Pat. After 9 holes, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking we got a battle. Back 9, there's some opportunities for some scoring. A couple changes we made this year. Hope you all come back and check it out with us.
I think Dylan's one of those players that kind of thrives in this situation, so you know he's going to go all out on every shot. We're in for a really exciting back 9. Pat, thanks so much for joining us, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the back 9.